Hey there folks, Chumpesque here bringing another audio commentary, and today we have a game between Infi and th000. It's going to be Night Elf versus Human by the looks of things on Echo Isles, and obviously, um, so we talk about this a lot, but th000 and Infi actually are both quite willing to swap between Elf and Human when in this matchup, so it looks like Infi has opted to play Human today though, and obviously Human, Human and Elf, sort of both pretty strong races on this map. Obviously, both very much have the possibilities of expansions. There's some very nice early game creeping both sides can do. It's really quite a sort of good map for both players, and so I think it's quite logical that, or understandable at least, that we're not seeing a mirror match or an elf mirror match, which is what we would normally otherwise be seeing. It looks like th000's going to be going for a tavern build, which is quite interesting. Obviously, a couple combinations, most likely is a Dark Ranger, but certainly there are some other things we've seen recently. Lots of good use of the panda, especially. Meanwhile, what is Infi doing in his base? He is going for a Mountain King. Ooh, I really hope that th000 gets this out and then adjusts away from a Dark Ranger. Obviously, Mountain King, fantastic against that Dark Ranger, and actually pretty fantastic on this map in general. You can really do a whole lot with a Mountain King, just in terms of you can creep out your expansion so quickly. You can set it up, and there's just not too much the Night Elf can do about it. I mean, possibly Huntresses, but I think it'll probably be too late because I haven't seen th000 Scout unfortunately yet. Looks like he does have one wisp going now, but it might be a bit too late to transition away from it. And so we're going to have to see what he decides to do. Looks like, obviously, if you do go for this Ancient of War creeping here and a tavern build, you can get a couple extra archers, generally about 3, before you start creeping. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what th000's going to be picking up here. Looks like Infi's actually setting down his footman, a very wise choice. Going to mean that he's going to be able to know exactly what th000 is doing. Going to have a great idea of what his plan should be in the future. Oh, th000 obviously trying to dance his wisp away, and actually finally just about managing to do it, picking up that Dark Ranger at long last, and then gonna run off to his merc camp probably to creep. You know, the exact same thing happening off here for Infi, who is obviously doing a bit of militia creeping here. It's really impractical for th000 to bring in his Dark Ranger to harass. Although occasionally when you see ooh, actually Infi needs to be careful here. Doesn't lose. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Losing one militia there, which I think he probably thought he had microed away, but actually had unfortunately come back into this fight. And you know, it looks like th000 was just going to be creeping out his camp as well. I'm not sure if that Ancient of War got one hit there. It's hard to say. We'll have to take a look at the experience when this camp is crapped, but looks like neither is that actually, or possibly not creeping it perfectly. And meanwhile, th000 actually very nearly takes out his own archer with that lightning shield, and it looks like we will be seeing th000 has leveled up, but you can see his experience is actually a bit low because he actually did let that Ancient of War get one small creep kill. That's a bit unfortunate there. Meanwhile, Infi obviously with a bit more experience picked up a Talisman of Evasion. Certainly not a bad item in this situation, especially considering all the damage is going to be direct damage from units as opposed to spell damage basically. It's likely at tier 2 we'll see a panda, although certainly th000 known for breaking the mold somewhat, and th000 picked up a Ring of Regeneration. Not the best item, but a Tome of Agility there. That's a very nice item for that Dark Ranger. And looks like th000 is setting up a Tree of Life now, so he will be teching a bit later on in the game. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a similar thing here from Infi, who has brought some militia down, and I imagine will be setting up an expansion. th000 will undoubtedly be sending his skeletons. And is Infi going to lose another militia here? Ooh, no, it looks like he might just survive. That'd be very careless of him if he did lose 2 militia to creeping. Yes, and these skeletons coming straight in. Obviously they're not expected to cancel the expansion or anything. They just waste a bit of Infi's time. They stop him from creeping. They don't give a lot of experience, and they basically just gives him nice scouting, and possibly if there's nothing left around, you can pick off sort of a low peasant or something like that with them, just because obviously they do normal damage. And it looks like we have seen this camp crept out now by th000, who will be walking his Tree of Life in once it's done. th000 has started his tech as well, and this is 100. Oh no, Ancient of Wonders actually. Very early Ancient of Wonders, quite interesting move there. I guess he's definitely gonna want it for the staves at tier 2. Possibly he's gonna want it for a Clarity Potion as well. We'll have to see what his second tier is. You know, very nice creep jack coming in here from Infi. He's definitely gonna get this Berserker kill, and that's absolutely huge. And it looks like actually, oh no, Infi just manages to get that Berserker, or that Shadow Priest away, but Infi killing off 2 archers there, a whole lot of skeletons, so kills off a 3rd skeleton, or a 3rd archer. So many skeletons though for Thu, but just no proper army here for Thu. Really, really bad. Silence being used on that Mountain King, almost a surround, but unfortunately Thu just can't hold it, and so he does have to give it away. And meanwhile, this Tree of Life actually being finally walked in now, and it looks like a Hunter's all finally coming in for Thu as well. And it looks like actually this expansion is now going down. Meanwhile, ooh, wow, Infi getting a bit spot of bother here. Does eventually use this stuff teleportation to get out of here. He will want an Arcane Vault if he doesn't have one already. He doesn't have an Arcane Vault. He hasn't started his tech. This isn't good time really for Infi. I mean, as I say, Thu doesn't have a massive army, but at the same time, Thu doesn't really need one. He's gonna hit tier 2 soon. He'll be able to set up his Ancients of Lore, and that's a much longer way away here for Infi, who really needs something he needs to beef up his Mountain King basically. He needs those Clarity Potions, and a Berserker here, could it be caught out again? Obviously that level 2 bolt, absolutely crazy damage. It looks like he will be caught out, and the bash coming in there very much seals the deal. 2 Berserkers being lost is just absolutely terrible for Thu. And it looks like actually Infi does manage to micro away his units though, so he is playing well on he is playing well on both sides, and it looks like actually a Panda coming out now for Thu. Obviously that Panda not going to be good against that Mountain King, going to be good, excellent against all these low hit point units here, but Thu needs to be so careful with his Dark Ranger. Just it's so important that you keep it alive, especially considering that it's very viable to go for tier 2, but a very nice round here. Gonna mean that Infi might just get off the kill here on this Panda. I don't think Thu's gonna transfer the TP, he's just not worth it. And it looks like level 4 now on this Mountain King, and actually Infi losing 1 Shadow Priest at the last second there, but still that's not nearly as important as getting that Panda kill with this Mountain King, which is just going to mean that Panda can't level up for so much longer. These Wisps might actually die before they get into the Moonwell. 1 bolt going off there. Will we see any detonates? It looks like a lucky bash actually came in there for Infi as well, and oh my god, these Wisps just need to stay alive for as long as possible now, and it looks like one of them's going to get in, maybe a second one. Oh no, it dies, and Thu is producing some more now, and just sending off the 1 remaining Wisp to go and harvest lumber somewhere, although Infi is going to chase it down. Obviously Wisps not too big a cost, but a nice bit of experience, and going to slow down those Dryads somewhat, which is really what you need. Dryads not too gold intensive, but considering Thu had to buy a second hero, build a second hero, and then revive it, sorry, and then build an expansion, and which hasn't really paid for itself. So there have been a lot of gold costs, and a staff on a Wisp there just to keep it alive. And it looks like Infi gonna be using the staff teleportation to get out of this battle, and meanwhile actually gonna get straight back into this one, where all Thu has is basically skeletons at this point, and obviously those arcane towers so effective against the skeletons, but at the same time skeletons just quite annoying. Actually getting a kill there, which is very nice because they're basically no cost to Thu, and it's nice to do some harassment, especially considering that what Thu really needs now is about 15 seconds of time to get out of his first couple of tries. But a bolt here, not quite closing this round though, so the Dark Ranger will get away, and these Dryads are on the way now. Obviously Dryads absolutely immense against human, especially when the human hasn't yet attacked, but even once they have, it's pretty nice. And it looks like Infi getting close at least to tier 2. It's still a little ways off, and he's going to have to build his Sanctums. I presume he's going Sanctums, although actually no, sorry, it's Mountain King, isn't it? Ignore what I'm saying. We could well be seeing straight to tier 3 play by him, possibly with some mortar teams thrown in. We'll have to see exactly how he wants to play it. Knight would be a possibility, certainly. In terms of second heroes, Paladin would be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it just increases the nuking power on that Dark Ranger so much, because while you have it bolted, you can get that Holy Light off. Holy Light with a really short cooldown and a really low mana cost as well, so you don't need that Archmage to provide extra mana. Really nice to do that if you can, and it looks like actually we're seeing sort of one peasant unfortunately getting caught out here. One of the perils of putting your Town Hall in this position, although it does seem to be favoured these days by pros. I remember they always used to put it up here somewhere, but it looks like they've actually changed it around, so they're now putting it here, where they get a bit better protection from these sort of, they can't be attacked from these two sides as different sides, but they now can be attacked from below, which is obviously a problem. And meanwhile 3 Dryads now coming out for Infi, 4th actually, and so many skeletons. That's just so nice. Obviously Dark Ranger play is all about momentum, and you do have to come in with these skeletons just so that, because you don't really have a tank otherwise, and you need to keep your Dark Ranger back. Don't let her be hit by too many arcane shots, get your breath of fire in as well, and then stay back with your panda, and basically just kill off workers with your Dryads, and then maybe try and get a last hit in with your Dark Ranger if you're feeling cocky. Then maybe try and silence, I don't know. There's certainly a lot of possibilities. It looks like Infi though deciding to get out of here because this push is just too lethal by th000. th000 with so many skeletons in here now, really being able to do a whole bunch of damage. He did bring his Mountain King up to the front. It looks like actually we have a Ancient of Wonders. Is it? Yeah, an Ancient of Wonders coming in here for th000. That's gonna be so nice for that healing. Archmage second for Infi. Wow, crazy play. Probably go for that water elemental obviously, but it's just against Dryad, which can just dispel. I'm not sure what Infi's train of thought here is. Because Blizzard would be useless against those Dryads. Very nice staff there by th000, and it looks like actually there's some Archmage immediately getting caught out. If you're gonna lose a bit, you're gonna try and waste a bit of th000's time in the process. You can see he's running exactly the opposite way. Just he knew he wasn't gonna survive whatever way it went, but I think he just wanted to waste some of th000's time. And it looks like th000 actually isn't even interested in pushing her. Maybe he's gonna buy a Invuln pot first. That would certainly make sense for that Dark Ranger or for that Panda actually.